Water Wars. What is Water Wars about? 65 million year old fresh alkaline spring water that is being hidden by the elite to control the public water supply. I'm going to read you something that most Americans are not aware of. United States District Court, Middle District of Florida, Land Tech Design Group Incorporated, a Florida corporation. This is part 1. The Mosaic Company and Mosaic Fertilizer, LLC. And Rothschild Federal Reserve Bank, Environmental Protection Agency, Florida Department of Environmental Protection, Florida Management, Federal Emergency Management Agency, U.S. Geological Survey, Army Corps of Engineers, U.S. Department of Interior, Southwest Florida Management District, Florida Water Management District, Peace River, Minnesota Regional Water Supply Authority, Arcadia Rodeo Board, DeSoto County, Charlotte County, Hillsborough County State Attorney, Moffitt Cancer Centers, Louis E. Rivera, 2nd Trustee, Andrew Rosen Esquire, Ryan Snyder Esquire, Brian Philpott, Robert Harper, 72 Partners, LLC, Lee Pallardy, Thomas Howes, Harrison Cattle, LLC, Union Bank. Harrison Cattle, what are you up to? Let's see, what are these people up to? Racketeering and Corruption Organization Act, Rico. Plaintiff Land Tech Design Group. Herein, Land Tech is a Florida corporation filing as pro se legit. Litigant, as a pro se litigant, as for their complaint against defendants alleged as follows. Land Tech brings this action against defendants for violation of the Rico 18 U.S.C. 1961 to 1968. Land Tech seeks damages from defendants who are, E, T, S, E, Q, A, B, C, and D. Land Tech seeks damages from defendants who are working in a massive Florida statewide U.S. interstate global elite group who are essentially stealing and manipulating and laundering U.S. tax dollars using state and federal routed funds to steal unique lands with hidden resources, prime locations for real estate, and hiding a critical U.S. national defense and drinking water raw resource that shows America how to find many more. These powerful groups include Rothschild's Federal Reserve, IMF Bank, Mosaic Phosphate and Fertilizer Production, Florida and U.S. Bank state and federal courtrooms and judges, county clerks, police departments, hospital districts, drinking water and environmental regulating agencies. Tax-based programs such as Florida Forever Fund, State Revolving Fund for Infrastructure Extensions, Drinking Water Supplies. These groups have worked together to control development, housing markets, businesses, infrastructure spending, unnecessary. Did you get that? Unnecessary. Medicine and opioid sales by pumping much lower level of service drinking water to condemn millions of homes, businesses, and citizens with cancer rates to sell bad medicine. Bad medicine. Steal Medicaid. Steal Medicaid. Sell medical equipment. Build cancer centers. They're giving you cancer so that you will go to their cancer centers. And more. Hospitals. Profit from bottling water, causing pollution and red tide collectively, and essentially causing a massive health care and national debt crisis. Defendants violated the Florida Unfair and Deceptive Trade Practices Act by forming predatory loans on targeted large tracts of lands that have secret underground endless alkaline spring rivers to hide them from the public and steal lands. See Sarasota ongoing case 2011 CA 004209NC. This is in a particular area of West Florida in Sarasota, Manatee, DeSoto County, and Charlotte counties. Defendants attacked Lantex and his client Cecil Dawdry and Flint Farms in Sarasota and Manatee on both sides of Lantex, and the 300-mile pipeline permitting project to serve over 10 million taps from Sarasota to Miami down Interstate I-75 and U.S. Highway 27 from West Florida to South Florida. So all West and Florida and South Florida people, you need to hear this. Defendants were aware that Dawdry was forced into a levy. Everybody in America and beyond, even in the world, you need to hear this. I'm going to do part 1 today. You'll have to stick with me on the parts to hear everything. But this is talking about kidnapping, the Boston bomb. This talks about some very serious major events. Defendants were aware that Dawdry was forced into a levy by Sarasota County during the last of the Florida Forever Trust Fund in June 2010 were being spent on Longago Ranch, Longino Ranch. Ex-Sarasota County Commissioner Buster Longago, adjacent to Lantex and Dawdry lands, lacked the ability to repay the loan as he was never had a job or realized the water source's ability or public needs. Now, mind you, they're going to talk about a mosaic phosphate. Okay, now mosaic phosphate is right next to these lands, and mosaic is known for destroying U.S. resources, natural resources. All in effort to hide the secret underground river of unique drinking water and to stop the 300-mile pipeline permits and project by Lantex, hence condemn millions of homes and businesses during a historical recession, taking advantage of millions like a typical mobster racketeering operation does in the time of crisis. Defendants used government shutdowns by Obama on Columbus Day, October 14, 2013, to hide trials of national holidays, using sudden appointed retired judges in Sarasota software transitions on September 9, 2014 to hide trial notification utilizing clerk meta data software changes for April 1, 2013 Florida e-file mandate in county clerk systems to hide notifications of trials. Defendants worked in a syndicated group manipulating dockets and timing them with kidnapping Lantex. Yes, kidnapping, you heard this. In Hillsborough County on days of the Boston bomb. Terrorism attack with fraudulent bond hearings for Mosaic's chief lawyer Dave Weinstein of Greenberg Traurig, Traurig, at the same time as Sarasota land trials without proper notification, while orchestrating this e-file game and multiple judge rotation racket. More on this corrupt racket is explained in further detail and was disclosed in open courts filed in the U.S. Middle District Court, Sarasota Circuit Courts, and Supreme Courts regarding the same. Defendants filed fake police reports with Hillsborough and Tampa police as, you're going to love this, well as Broward County Scott Israel. Oh, you know the Parkland shooting? On Lantex and their family members involving an AR-15 threats timed of the week of the Pulse bar shooting, and again tied to the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooting to create confusion and use media momentums on elections, gun control, and falsely accuse Lantex to force plea timed in duress while lands are being attacked in 11th District Courts of Appeals in Georgia, where Mosaic has influence with Greenberg, for over 20 years via mining compacts and Florida water wars. The tri-state fake water wars, that must be what he's talking about. Oops. A massive group of lawyers, judges, police officers, firemen, school board officials with leaders have helped defendants as this resource under land may dictate world medicine much higher in value than any other. Well, yeah, if you're making medicine at a pH of 7.49 and it's good for the human body, of course they're going to get better, but that's not what they're doing. They're making it with dead water, and that's why people are getting sick. And it has cancer and other prescriptions and everything else in it. Defendants, while attacking the lands in Sarasota and U.S. Middle District courts with a gang of lawyers, media news groups such as Fox News, ABC News, Channel 2 News, SNN News, Wink News, Political, judges and bankers have hidden multiple permit petitions, taken review fees, and retired or rotated civil servants timed with subduing land tech to reset the project and momentums, as well as scaring away investors. In an effort to keep cancer rising at the tap for over 10 million Florida homes, keep foreclosures rising, causing businesses to fail from poor water resources and red tide issues, and holding up millions of jobs. Defendants violated the Florida Unfair and Deceptive Trade Practices Act by making a loan to the Daughtry's land tech client and used the U.S. Middle District Court trustee Luis Rivera to include land tech's land as an illegal compromise that has caused litigation as being hidden by a Union Bank blanket bond of $48 million since 2014. Defendant was aware that Daughtry lacked the ability to repay the loan, all in effort to damage land tech's land pipeline project and millions of Americans by stealing and hiding the U.S. resource. Defendants failed to deliver all material disclosure required by the Truth in Lending Act, TILA, and Regulation Z, including, among other things, failing to accurately disclose the financed amount, the finance charges, the annual percentage rate, including any variable feature disclosure, the number, amounts, and timing of payments scheduled to repay the obligations and total payments using the terms of in the violation of Regulation Z. Defendants violated the Florida Lending Act, Section 494.0078 FFLA by, among other things, extending credit to the Daughtry's to steal land tax land with access to the secret underground resources hidden 40 years by defendants, and stop land tech's ongoing public need project without any regard for land tech's clients, Daughtry's ability to pay back the loan. FFLA prohibits lenders from engaging in any pattern of practice of extending loans to borrowers based on loans collateral without regard for the borrower's ability to repay the loan, including the borrower's current and expected income, current obligations, and employment. Defendants have worked collectively in a civil conspiracy to steal property owned by the Daughtry's and land tech was and still worth substantially more than the amount of the predatory loan, with the invalid mortgage and survey contains wetlands and other natural conditions that make it desirable for acquisition as a part of an environmental land acquisition and protection program, and has deep well tied to a massive underground river in an isolated area located within its boundaries, the control which certain persons or entities could cause such persons or entities to achieve or maintain a monopoly power regarded to the areas of water supply. Defendants are in violation of the Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act, FDUTPA. Defendants are in violation of the Florida Commissioner Collections Protections Act, FCCPA. Rob Harper, Brian Philpott, Lee Pallardry, Thomas Howes, Kenneth Harrison, Lawrence Hall, Spencer Hall, and 72 Partners LLC knew or should have known that the mortgage did not create a legitimate security interest in the real property owned by Dowdries and Lantec. Defendants with County Harrison and Southwest Florida Water Management District, SWFWMD, are in conflict with this site as Kenny Harrison sat on the SWFWMD Peace River Board after Hurricane Charlie to build the unnecessary, did you hear that? Unnecessary RV Griffin 6 billion gallon reservoir for World Peace Minnesota Water Supply Authority in 2006 to 2009, knowing of the Dowdry land and resource for decades, being a neighbor next to the land for over 40 years. Harrison Cattle, LLC, leases land to the RV Griffin parcel since the 1970s when the EPA was formed. Okay, you ready for this? The EPA was formed to hide this unique underground river with U.S. Geological Survey, General Development Corporation, Department of Interior, and the Army Corps of Engineers for taking with Mosaic at this time when the population demanded it, a long-range racketeering operation tied to the global UN water wars and blue gold Bush family to control water, food, and medicine development and federal spending with unique raw resources. We're going to stop there and we'll do a part 2. But what I want to explain to you is they want to sell the unsellable. That means selling humans. They're doing that. It's called sex trafficking. It's called human trafficking. They want to sell water. Are they not selling us bottled water? Next, they want to sell us air. So we have to get our hands on this water. We need this water. Okay? This is our lifeline here. This water is coming out at 7.49 after being hit by CO2. If you understand anything about water, CO2 affects the pH of water and drops it. So it's coming out at a 9, and once the CO2 hits it, it's coming out at a 7.49. Those are excellent numbers. That is just about the purest water found on the earth so far. There might be purer water. We are unsure at this time. I will finish reading this to you in a part 2. Do try to enjoy your day, but this is going to go into everything from trillions and trillions of dollars being stolen from us to genocide. You can't imagine what is all in this federal paper. Go to Gilberti, Gilberti, Gold, Gilberti, Gilberti, Blue Gold, BLUEGOLD.com. That is Gilberti, Gilberti, Blue, BLUE, Gold, GOLD.com for further information on this. Or come back to my YouTube channel and I'll tell you everything I've learned so far. And yes, I am talking to Joe Gilberti himself. I am talking to the engineer that has filed these papers.